Richardson, who was injured in the Week 5 game against Tennessee, the shoulder injury that knocked him out for the year, on the road with the team for the first time since suffering the injury.
I think that's a good sign. I think it's good for him, even though he's injured, to be around it and to be getting a feel and trying to pick things up for his second year.
Minshew's pass is batted down. That was Jack Gibbons who got a hand on it. And now 3rd and 5.
Well, they go with the play action right here, and they get good suck from the linebackers coming up early. That ball just unfortunately gets tipped, but they have it designed exactly how they want it. Just not able to get that ball over top.
Colts only ran 7 plays in that first quarter. 3rd down and 5. Minshew, and that is incomplete, nearly intercepted by Murphy Bunting. And now back-to-back 3 and outs by the Colts offense.
Yeah, that ball was ugly coming out of Gardner Minshew's hand. You see it bouncing, but just look at the wobble on that ball. That thing is not very well thrown by Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, we used to grade spirals in stars. That was not a 5-star spiral right there. That was maybe a 2 or a 3.
You're being generous, dude.
I've thrown worse.
Sanchez kicking to Guerrer. Backtracking to the 14. Guerrer. And he slips across the 20. Timeout on the field after a 56-yard punt by Sanchez. It's 10. Early second quarter, and the Titans have a 10-7 lead on the Colts. Tennessee will start this drive at its own 23-yard line. Henry, the running back, he's already rushed for 59 yards and a touchdown so far today. They fake it to him here. Levis looking for Hopkins. Does he get the feet down? Yes. DeAndre Hopkins with an 18-yard catch.
Well, I mentioned earlier, one of the best things Will Levis has been doing is driving the ball to the outside of the field. Beautiful throw on the deep out here to DeAndre Hopkins, but he's got such a powerful arm. When you have a guy that can drive the ball to different spots of the field like that, it opens you up as a play caller to be able to use all 53 1/3 of the field.
And with that catch, Hopkins goes over 12,000 yards in his career, the 29th player in NFL history to reach that milestone. Time now to take a look at next-gen stats powered by AWS.
Yeah, DeForest Buckner's already been a problem in this game, creating pressure. He's taken a little bit of a breather right now, but he's been incredible all year creating quick pressures. And on the other side of the ball, Jeffrey Simmons has been excellent too. So we got 2 of the best interior defensive linemen playing in this game today.
Just announced on the video board here, Hopkins with that milestone of 12,000 yards. He only needs 1 more catch now for 900 in his career. Henry up the middle. Derrick Henry plows his way close to midfield. It'll be 3rd down and a half yard. Baker on the tackle. For more on Buckner, we send it down to AJ.
Yeah, guys, Buckner's been a vet on this Colts D-line for some time, and I asked him about adversity. This team has been through a lot. He says these guys do not waver. They don't point fingers. They've had injuries. They've had a suspension. They've had guys released, and he says the next guy never blinks, and that's been a reflection of their production this year, guys.
No doubt one of the leaders is Henry. Picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is one of the keys to this team success over the last couple of weeks, or really a couple of years, I should say. But in order for them to have had a chance today, we knew it was going to be turn around and hand it off to Derrick Henry. That's his 13th carry already in this game. We're just nascent stages of the second quarter here. 70 yards and a touchdown on the day.
Yeah, and I love the situations of running it in those 3rd and shorts. They've passed it at 63%, 3rd and 1 to 4 this year. Run the football. You got Derrick Henry. Hand that thing off.
Spears is in at running back here. 1st down and 10. The play clock down to 3. Here is Spears, the rookie. And he cuts across the 40-yard line for 9 yards. Blackman on the tackle, but this run game is rolling right now as Spears slowly hobbles off.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's coming back in the game, but I used to love these outside zone runs. We've gotten more into the inside zone, but you get everybody stretching. You stretch, you stretch, you stretch, you find your hole, just stick your foot in the ground as you see Spears getting north and south. Just barely got a leg tackle that maybe he comes out of that thing. Who knows what happens, but I love that the Tennessee Titans like to run to the edges.
On 2nd and 1, a pitch to Henry following Okonkwo. He's got the first down, spinning his way to the 32.
And here's another example of it. It's a different way to get to the edge, Matt, but it is the edge.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They go with the 2-back set and toss, but ideally it's the exact same thing they were doing to the opposite side. But when you get stretched like this and you get Derrick Henry in space, I mean, look at these numbers.
Yeah, he's
fantastic. First.
Yeah, this is since 2018, #1 in attempts, yards, and rush touchdowns. You can add another one to that to 75 since he ticked one off today.
Levis fakes to Henry, looking for Hopkins. He's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal, Tennessee. A 27-yard gain. Jalen Jones on the tackle.
And this is why the run game is so critical. You're going to get the motion here, you're going to get a puller here. And the defense has to honor this. And you see right here, just enough freeze for Will Levis to drive that ball down into the seam.
And Henry drives it into the end zone. Titans go no huddle. Derrick Henry with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, we talked about pace earlier on in this game. They haven't done much of it, but they do it on this one. A big shot downfield to DeAndre Hopkins, and then Derrick Henry just bullies his way into the end zone.
Titans offensive line came to play today.
They did, and they've been inconsistent a lot this year. A lot of moving parts on their offensive line. Jalen Duncan getting his 2nd or so start. And they've been able to exercise the ball. That's 82 yards. And
there's Reggie.
There's Reggie on the sideline. We saw him working out before the game started.
He was hauling earlier. He was running the hundreds earlier before the game. But I got to know Reggie last year, coach of the wide receivers for the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, I had so much respect for him as a player and all that he did, you know, and really admired him from afar. But seeing him on the day-to-day, this guy's going to be a really good football coach in the NFL for a long time. He's done a really good job with this Indianapolis group, teaching them to be pros. Yeah. You know, teaching them what it takes to be a pro.
And I love that about all the former players that we've started to see permeate the coaching ranks in the NFL. Some as head coaches like Vrabel, others as assistants. Eventually, hopefully, they're working their way to head coaches. Because it's one thing to talk it. It's another to have done it and then be able to talk it. You mentioned Eddie George as well. Eddie George at HBCU here in Tennessee, Tennessee State, as their head coach. I always give him crap when I see him because I have him by 8 yards.
One more carry, Eddie.
Yeah, he said he's going to come out of the time.
McKenzie will let it go. A touchback. CBS Tuesday. Head down under for NCIS Sydney. These two teams of highly trained misfits will come together to defuse naval crimes in the most contested patch of ocean on the planet. NCIS Sydney, new series Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS. Well, back-to-back 3-and-outs for Minshew and the Colts. 6 plays, 14 yards on their last 2 possessions. Tyler Goodson in his first NFL game. And running back and goes in motion. Minshew swings it to him. He's got his first NFL catch. And he takes it down the sideline for about 7 yards. Goodson, out of Iowa, spent last year with Green Bay on their practice squad and was elevated off the Colts practice squad yesterday.
Yeah, he's more of what the Indianapolis Colts want to do with their RPOs and catching the balls out of the backfield. Trey Sermon is also on the roster here, but he's more of a downhill power runner, go get that tough yardage.
Here's Moss. Bounces off one with a flag down. And Moss is pushed back, and the second flag comes in, and that could be a face mask. Tierre Tart made the initial hit. Let's see what Craig Rolstad has to say with 2 flags down.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside, defense, number 93. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask, defense. That penalty is accepted 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic, first down.
I'm not so sure that this second penalty on, I think it's Jeffrey Simmons, is actually a face mask. You see 98 coming in. It's coming from the right side. He grabs down. It's more around his neck. I'm not sure he has his face mask. Looks like he has his shoulder pad. That's probably, it looks like a face mask because of the way his body contorts and comes down. But
if you're the Colts, though, you got to take it and get to the next. You're trying to get into a rhythm, 2 3-and-outs back to back. Sometimes a penalty is exactly what you need to get you back on track.
Minshew dropped the snap, picks it up, throws on the run. He's got Granson down there. Was he inbounds? Yes. Kylan Granson with a 25-yard reception, and now the Colts will hurry to prevent Mike Vrabel from challenging.
Let's see if he can get his feet down, control the ball. Yes. Go quick.
Get it off. Minshew over the middle, and that one is caught. The Colts did a good job of getting to the line quickly. Moss on the reception.
What a play by Kylan Granson, though, to be able to adjust to that football. Gardner Minshew escaping the pocket and moving to his left, but this adjustment.
Let's hear this last play. His knee is down, so the question is, does he hold the ball when he hits the ground?
He does.
Yeah, had both hands.
Controlled that all the way through. Excellent play.
Minshew back to the air, and he's got Pittman out of bounds inside the 10. First catch today from Michael Pittman, a gain of 14.
Yeah, it takes anything to get your momentum going, and it was that face mask penalty on Jeffrey Simmons. It got them going. They get a shot down the field. Now they get Michael Pittman pushing back to DB, just hooks it up. Ball's on time. In the tight red area.
First and goal. Downs goes in motion. Moss. And Moss, slithery, down to the 5. So Gardner Minshew says that he has Zach Moss on his fantasy team. He said he's been doing a fantasy league with his buddies back in Mississippi for years. He gets accused of insider trading, but he said he did pick up Moss over the summer. Had a feeling, doesn't hand it to him here, keeps it himself, throws, deflected, and incomplete, but a flag. Flag down in the end zone. Monty Hooker deflected it. But Craig Rolstad coming in with the penalty marker. Minshew 7 out of 10 so far, 95 yards and the touchdown to Pierce as we wait.
They get some.
There is no pass interference on the play as the ball was tipped. Third down.
Yeah, you see Christian Fulton and Michael Pittman, they're jostling. You could almost have called this either way as Michael Pittman threw Christian Fulton. But either way, the ball was tipped by Monty Hooker.
This feels like a big 3rd and goal early in this game. Second quarter for the Indianapolis Colts. Coming away with a touchdown would be massive.
From the 5. Downs in motion. Minshew to the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Alec Pierce. And Azeez Al-Shire had the coverage for the Titans. It's 4th down.
Well, Minshew's looking left and comes back to Alec Pierce, scraping across the end line, and he's got enough space.
He does. He just gets a little high.
Needs to be down just a bit. Down. Give Alec Pierce a chance to toe tap on the back line. That's a touchdown miss for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now Matt Gay comes on for a 23-yard field goal attempt. Make it a 7-point game. Matt Gay having a good season for these Colts. And he puts 3 on the board with 7:39 to go. By 7. Minshew had a great look on 3rd down to Alec Pierce. Could not connect, and the Colts settle for 3. And Chris Moore is back deep because remember, Spears went out on the previous drive. He will have a touchback for Tennessee as we take a look back at the last drive for the Titans.
Well, it went through their stars. It started with Derrick Henry and the run off tackle to the right. They fake the run, they go to DeAndre Hopkins down the middle. Finish it off with Derrick Henry in the low red zone. Tough to bring down. They need to run it more with him down there.
I tell you what, we know the two stars on this team, Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins. You get them the ball early and often, good things going to happen.
Here's Henry on first down. And he gets a couple. Tajay Spears does have his helmet on the Tennessee sideline. Remember, he hobbled off on that last drive. Titans only carry 2 running backs, which is rare. Most teams have 3. So we'll see if Spears can go back in. AJ, what do you have down there?
Well, I can tell you Tajay has been kind of pacing here on the sideline as well, and some trainers paid him special attention retaping his left ankle, but I don't have an official word just yet on what his condition is, guys.
They don't even have a lot of players on the practice squad. Jonathan Ward is there.
That was a nice tight spat, though. Credit to the Tennessee trading staff. Good spat.
Play clock at 1. Levis just gets the snap in time, and Henry across the 30. So Derrick Henry now has 18 touches in this game. The Colts as a team have run 16 plays.
We talked to Mike Vrabel a couple of weeks ago, and they mentioned that his magic number going into the 14 was somewhere in that 15 to 17 touches. He's there in the second quarter.
You're right.
They've decided we're not worried about load management. We are going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, and we're going to ride him.
Well, look, it's December football. It comes down to the point where you have to trust the guys that can get it done. As we've mentioned many times, Derrick Henry, over the course of his career, it's only gotten stronger as the season has worn on.
So Spears is back in the game. Levis hit as he throws and incomplete in the direction of DeAndre Hopkins, and it's 4th down. Ryan Stonehouse, the punter, will come out for Tennessee.
There's good pressure from the Colts there. DeForest Buckner, a guy who we talked about earlier, creating those quick pressures, just collapsing the pocket. That's one of the hard things as a quarterback, is when the center of the pocket collapses into your feet, it becomes extremely difficult to be accurate. Typically that ball either sails or dies. That ball dove down a little too low there.
Second punt for Stonehouse. McKenzie, the deep man. Good kick by Stonehouse. McKenzie all the way back to the 6-yard line. And he's caught. Great play by Anthony Kendall. The rookie out of Division III, Baldwin Wallace, makes the tackle after a 63-yard. Streams live on Paramount Plus all season long, right through Super Bowl 58. Would be a good holiday gift. If you don't have it, check it out for free today. Good Santa right there.
It's good Santa.
Good beard.
Yep. Holiday decorations are up at the Ryan household. I know the blow-ups are out in front of the Catalan house.
They've been up since Labor Day.
We're excited.
17-10 in favor of Tennessee. You see Zach Moss just 15 yards rushing so far. Minshew scrambling and slides down. You give Shane Steichen a lot of credit after Anthony Richardson went down. He had to kind of revamp the offensive system, and the fact that Minshew was with Steichen in Philly the last 2 years, Steichen told us, really helped accelerate the process. He knew Gardner's strengths and weaknesses and can quickly tailor the system for him.
Yeah, and I think one of the best things Shane Steichen has done is adjust to the players that he has, right? There's a vision for what they want to be moving forward, and Anthony Richardson is a massive part of that, but you got to adjust to who's out there now.
Pittman is open, and Minshew finds him for a first down. Second catch today from Michael Pittman Jr.
And one of those guys that they're adjusting to is Michael Pittman Jr. His production this year has been the best of his career, but what he is a physical player. He's a high-volume catcher and a physical player that is going to move the sticks with catches like this. It's not going to be 4 catches for 110 yards. It's going to be that 8, 9, 10 catches, 92 yards, 105 yards. He's just incredibly productive as a player over the middle of the field, being physical with his big size.
Minshew throws, and he's got Downs the wicket, and he races up across the 30 for an 8-yard gain. A lot to like about this guy as well in the Colts offense, the 3rd-round pick out of UNC.
Yeah, Josh Downs, he's just fast, he's agile, runs good routes for a young player, and he can use him in so many different ways. In the slot, you just saw him coming out of the backfield, creates mismatches no matter where you put him sometimes.
Moss, and he's got the first down.
Roger
McCreary makes the tackle.
Excuse me, going back to Downs, I think he's a great complement to a player like a Michael Pittman, right? Very different, diverse skill set. And I think that's critical from a wide receiver position. You don't want all of the same pieces. You want guys with different traits.
Yeah, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce are both bigger wide receivers, large catch radiuses, whereas Josh Downs is a little bit more shifty.
And guys, Zach Moss shaken up on that last play and slowly walks off the field. Let's take another look at what happened to the Colts running back.
Yeah, this is what we call like a hip pointer. Someone comes in, they just put their helmet, shoulder pad right into your hip. A lot of guys don't like to wear hip pads because it, messes up that aesthetic of the hips.
Did you wear the hip pads back in the day?
I definitely did not. I had to look sweet as well as run sweet.
Last time I saw those was Boston College.
Exactly, but I think that's more of what it is.
Now you got two very inexperienced backs with Trey Sermon in there right now. Minshew fakes it to him and comes back to Sermon, off his hands and dropped by McCreary. A near interception by Roger McCreary.
Well, Andrew, you were right on it talking about the inexperience of the backs, but also the two different skill sets of a Trey Sermon and a Tyler Goodson. Tyler Goodson, more of the speed, field guy in the passing game. Trey Sermon, more of the pounder. And right here, you've got the check down. It just goes off the top of the hands. Not a very good throw from Gardner Minshew, putting him in a tough spot. But it'll be interesting to watch that dynamic of these two if Zach Moss is out.
Roger McCreary, you got to do some push-ups dropping that one, dude.
Well, Moss is already back in on 2nd down and 10. Minshew on the slant. He's got Pittman again across the 40 and shoved down at the 43 by Murphy Bunting. That'll make it 3rd and manageable for the Colts as we approach 3:20 to go.
Well, just a quick slant route and a good release by Michael Pittman to get inside and create space for Gardner Minshew to throw that football. This is one of the very best things he does. Slant routes, underneath routes, absolutely the best thing Michael Pittman does.
And some confusion. A flag comes out. Minshew will just run with it. It looked like Minshew thought the play was about to be blown dead. Then he did not hear a whistle, so he started running.
It's a bad feeling.
No.
It's a bad feeling.
Nobody's blocking for you.
Take a knee. Take a knee. If you're in doubt, take a knee.
Offside. Defense, number 95. The 5-yard penalty and a 1st down.
Critical call against Kyle Pecco, the 5th-year man out of Oregon State.
Yeah, Pecco moves, and he's trying to point to the left guard there, Will Fries.
So already 5 penalties against the Titans for 50 yards in the first half, and that one gives the Colts a 1st down from their own 48. Pitch to Moss, back to McKenzie. He swings it to Minshew. Looking deep, he's got Granson. He's got it. Granson at the 10 and down at the 5. Oh, those tricky Colts. 47 yards, and it's 1st and goal.
All right, what they're going to do right here, show the reverse, bring it back, and slip Granson down the sideline. Beautiful design by Shane Steichen, but the key to it was Alec Pierce at the very top, taking the top of the defense off, clearing out space for Kylan Granson.
On 1st and goal, Moss pushing the pile, and he's got the 4-yard line. Gibbons able to stop his momentum.
Interesting thing with Shane Steichen and some of these trick play calls, it's usually wide receivers that you see, or even running backs in these roles. Shane Steichen, it's always the tight end. He likes to get his tight ends involved. Now they're down in the